And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Bravely Default. Right where we left off, we are making our way, looks like, to the Grand Ship is our destinations, at least what the game is telling, where the game is telling us to go. And whatnot. In due, or as they say, in due course, of course. As we're going to get a lot of story development here. But yeah, when we last left off, we picked up, and we also picked up the samurai job. I'm gonna call it, not the sword master. It's a samurai. Come on. Who do they think they're trying to fucking fool? I think they can fool me, do they? All right, so let's go ahead and we'll head through here, right through the butt crack of the mountain. And poor guy. I didn't keep her from back in the day. Yeah. So the innkeeper in Caldisla is going out of business-ish. So I believe what we'll need to do is go pay that guy a visit, because, you know, he was our friend. And legitimately, that's what we gotta do, so we may as well just get to it, right? Remember when there were things in that cloud? In that fog, or mist, or whatever you want to call it? And look at this. We've come a long way to get back to Caldisla.
Who are you?
I'm a distant relative of the innkeep. He's too sick to get up and about, so I'm filling in for him.
He's bedridden? Is it serious?
Not at all. The doctor says he doesn't need to stay in bed, but, well, you should see for yourself.
Well, we'd better go see him then. Are you feeling okay?
He's part of the bed. Oh God.
He's having a nightmare.
Owen.
I guess he's become despondent since Owen died.
His son was everything to him.
It must be hard to deal with it alone.
What about that girl? She's related to him, right?
She has to go back to her home soon, I hear.
How do you know that?
It just came up. Let's check my journal before things take a turn for the worse, hmm? We'll bring the orphan to the inn we set out from. That sounds relevant, no?
Bell's little mystery journal here.
Oh, this is the inn we set out from. And the orphan, I guess that means Eggle? That's nonsense. Mrs. Goodman has given him a good home.
Come to think of it, Eggle's parents were guards, just like Owen. He said he was raised by his kind grandfather after they died.
But
It doesn't have to be permanent, just until the old man gets better. Do you think we could have Eggle stay here a while?
I guess that's up to Eggle.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with the kid. Let's head out. Of course, we're gonna get a better idea of where to go, which is, again, like, I'm not kidding. They're freaking making us run around like fucking jackasses. So now we gotta go all the way back to Hearthchild. Excuse me. Because, you know, why not? Maximizing as much as they can get out of us in this game, I swear. Let's mow these fools down. I'm not really that interested in what Ring a Bell and Anya's are going to learn, since they're just really recycling the same class job, so to speak. It's more about what Adia is going to learn as a samurai. I'm not calling her fucking swords master. It's the dumbest term I've ever heard for something that's clearly not that. You know, I'm a big asshole. I can't help it. Just how I was raised. I blame the way I was brought up. Oh, God. Still interesting that Ring a Bell is just constantly faster than Adia. And she learns Squeaky Wheel, which usually gets the grease. Really, I should probably look at what her skills kind of are as a samurai. Don't, I'm not doing it. So nothing ventured. Have the damage you sustain if hit by a physical attack during the turn. This ability is used and counterattack with double the damage of a conventional attack. Yeah, that's pretty good. Reduces the target's BP by 1 for bosses and some enemies. The success rate falls to 30%. Yeah, figures. So, unless you really need to lower a boss's BP, we're not going to really use that ability much. There are some enemies that might benefit from knocking them down a few BP pegs, because they'll start with bonus ones, or they save them up and then unleash some pretty nasty attacks kind of in a cycle against you. So, when it comes to that, it comes to that. Now, when we get to this town here, you know what? Let's just keep moving forward, actually. Thinking about using the inn, but we've barely burned any MP, so not really a point. Let's guess what? More dialogue!
You came to see me!
Hello, Egel. You look happy.
He's been bouncing off the walls ever since this morning, when he heard you were coming.
He isn't always this way?
No. Since you left, he's been moody most of the time.
Is that true, Egel?
Mrs. Goodman is very good to me. And this place is amazing. But I still want to travel with you.
Hey, Egel. Can I tell you something? It's about a captain of the guard who lived in a far-off land. He died in battle, fighting to protect his kingdom.
Just like my mother and father.
And this man's father, he lies sick in bed at the shock of his loss. The captain's father has been of great help to all of us. We owe him a great deal. I was thinking, if you would spend some time with the captain's father, I believe it might help him get better. What do you think, Egel?
What? So you didn't come to ask me to go with you? That's a shame.
Womp womp.
Okay, I'll do it. I can't say no to you.
Thank you so much, Egel.
If this is Egel's decision, I won't stop him. But you come back anytime you want, okay?
I will. Thanks for everything, Mrs. Goodman.
And guess what? Well, we gotta deal with this. Tiz's thoughts. Something on your mind, Tiz? You look pensive. Oh yeah, a bit, I guess. Thinking about it, Joel? He just gotten settled at the Goodman's, and now he's being shipped off to a foreign land. Yeah, there's that too. That too. You mean Eleanor, don't you? Yes, the two of them had decided to take him in, and now they'd had just enough time together to make it painful to part. I feel terrible. I feel the same. She mustered a smile to see him off, but inside, can't be helped. I'm afraid we can encourage him to write her once he's settled in Caldisla. I wouldn't mind ferrying the boy to the Goodmans every once in a while either. Ooh, seconded. Aw, ring a bell. Aren't we forgetting someone here? We brought the boy along on a lot of good intentions and not much planning. What happens if the innkeep says no? It all hinges on him. I might have a backup plan. Let's pay the king a visit before the two of them meet. Dokie dokie. So now we get to go all the way back to Caldisla. Random encounters be damned, because we got to do them anyway. Well, we don't have to. I mean, I could bypass it, but we're going to do them for what it's worth. We'll just get through them like the rest. Like I said, all this JP, though, it does add up. Contrary to some people's beliefs. It all adds up at the end of the day. At any chance you can knock a lot of... You can, 10 weaker overworld encounters at 30 JP. That's 300 JP. That adds up. It's... I like grinding. I don't like it. I don't mind it. I prefer to see more fluid growth of characters where you do, random encounters when you travel, and that should be all that you need to grind with for the most part. Maybe a little extra, make it a little more challenging, of course, but but in this game, strangely enough, if you want to balance the parties and do everything there is to do with those jobs and spread them out relatively well, you're kind of subjected to having to do a lot of grinding, and that's fine. This game has a fast forward button, so at least they knew that they needed to do something akin to that, but imagine if it didn't have it. This game would take fucking forever. Just because of how long the battles would take. And I bet you this fast forward thing was added later. And this is a feature that we start seeing in all the Final Fantasy remakes and stuff. They started adding this in, even though those games never needed it. This game, the way it's designed, clearly does. Maybe games like Final Fantasy V, if you're trying to unlock massive amounts of jobs and stuff, job levels and stuff very quickly, that'll ease that, but ultimately, yeah. Strangers in Paradise, not that interested in, by the way. Somebody actually asked me to talk about that. I'm not going to make a video about it, because number one, I don't own it, and number two, I'm not that interested to buy it. I don't think they're doing a terrible job with the franchise currently, as of the release of this video.
I must say. I have been concerned about the innkeep myself. Eggle, it is admirable of you to agree to follow in the innkeep's footsteps. The kingdom of Caldisla welcomes you.
You see, I want to be a powerful soldier one day, like my mother and father before me, like Tiz. I want to be a mighty warrior with a kind heart who can protect the ones he loves.
Well said, well said. Fine sentiments for a boy to have. Very well then. You shall be given access to our training hall, Lego. And I would be honored if you would accept this gift.
What is it?
A badge we give our young soldiers. My captain of the guard, Owen, also wore one once. This marks you as an apprentice soldier for the kingdom, Eggle. I hope to see you train hard and become a first-rate soldier.
Wow! Thank you!
Thank you, Your Highness.
By the way, Tiz, how is the reconstruction of Narende village proceeding? With all your travels to save the world from peril, you must find little time to return, no? Perhaps you could put Eggle here in charge of the reconstruction?
Reconstruction?
You would be acting on Tiz's behalf.
I'll do it!
Are you sure you can handle all of this at once? Helping out at the inn, training to be a soldier, and supervising the reconstruction? That's a lot to take on.
No sweat for me!
You have unlimited potential, Eggle. When the time comes, you shall choose your own path. Until then, be fearless and follow your heart wherever it may take you.
I will! Thank you!
Yay!
Oh, it's you. It's been a while. Ah, you have a young boy with you. And what's this? He wears the badge of a young soldier. That takes me back. My son treasured his above all else. You remind me of him a bit, you know?
I want to be like your son Owen one day. My mother and father were guards as well.
You don't say. I'm sure you'll get there one day.
As more story commences.
So you have returned, Alternus.
Yes. Not long ago.
I was told you have an urgent report. Can it not wait until the Council of Six convenes?
No, it cannot. It appears the fire crystal has been awakened. The remaining Black Blades continue to fight alongside the Sword Bearers. However, no word has come from Commander Kami Izumi. It seems that morale is plummeting.
Our only option left is an all-out defense of the Earth Crystal. We must cut our losses in that realm.
You propose that we abandon the Black Blades? The forces of the Duchy's 1st Division?
We have underestimated the Wind Vestal. We shall not make that mistake again. You or I. If the Earth Crystal were to be awakened, there would no longer be hope for this world, and our ideals would fade to nothingness.
But the Wind Vessel has no way of traversing the highlands that surround the Duchy. Only the heavy airships helmed by Arcadre have the propulsion necessary to make the journey.
Do not be so sure. The Wind Vestal has thus far outmatched us at every turn. Summon Victor and Victoria immediately. It seems the Council of Six may have to deal with the Vestal personally.
Allow me to interrupt.
Oh boy, who's this?
You.
I'm glad the innkeep was willing to take in Eggle.
You call him Eggle. I don't know why, I just don't care.
Scary. Enough about that. We must go to awaken the Earth Crystal.
But we have no way of entering the Duchy of Eternia.
Perhaps it's time to get out that creepy journal of yours, Ringabel.
I'd hardly call it creepy. Anyway, I'll see what I can find. There are a few notes that might apply. Earth Crystal, Grand Ship, Engine Room. Those are the words that seem to be coming up.
Grand ship? Perhaps we'll find a lead there.
Maybe. Some more free goodies. Alright, let's finally fucking move things along. Maybe the game realizes it's taking so long that it's now nighttime. It's kind of not a joke either, but as you can see, another seed quest has come up. And strangely enough, you guys should be able to predict what it is. That's the only other thing that showed another plausible job to us. So it's obviously, I'm just going to tell you, it's Kikyo, the ninja, right? Because it's the only other job that could possibly, number one, be over here, and number two, we haven't run into that we've seen that doesn't seem to be as important of a character as some of the others. Which, again, and it's a wonky little battle. It could work out for you. It could be a little trickier. It just really, really, really depends. So hopefully we won't struggle with it too much. And actually, how is Tiz doing on Thief? He's almost done with Thief, actually, and that might be advantageous to us to throw him on Monk, because the Monk technically will do more damage. Not sure how I feel about that. Or we leave him on Thief because we've been using Thief and, you know, it's been doing fine. But he's going to get way more JP than the job actually requires from him. And Adia is a level 4 sword master, almost level 5, so we'll leave her there. I think what she's currently at is more than sufficient. So we'll leave her at that. There's just really no point in changing at this juncture. Should I hate when I get to attack first? So running. And kill him like the rest. Still haven't gotten Adia to attack yet. It's kind of funny. I mean, I really don't care. I know she's going to be fine. Her class is a good offensive class. She's now just getting it to the next level, which is the multitask support ability, which again, I want to kind of double check what it does just for my own benefit. Man, 25% chance to follow with additional, so it's a passive, it looks like. We've made it back to town. Let's turn off auto, because we're clearly going to have us a little bit of a scuffle. I do want to check one other thing, too. What do we got for... Okay, Debating in my head, do I want to steal from the boss? Because I think Kikyo gives a kunai. And a part of me is like, do we really need another one? We've got 2, and I believe it's a dual-wielding class, so... Do we really need one? I think we'll skip it. We've got better weapons coming anyway, so may as well skip it.
Ah, I've been expecting you. Thank you so much for what you have done.
Oh, Commander Goodman. It's good to see you at home for a change.
I came as soon as I could when I heard the Wind Vestal was holding a banquet in my honor.
A banquet?
My wife is also most pleased. You can see she's all in a bustle getting things ready. I did wonder at seeing the names of Officers Steiner and Neuer on the invitation. How did you know the names of our shield-bearer officers, Vestal? I don't remember introducing you.
Hold on. You've lost me, I'm afraid.
Well, I received your letter saying that you'd like to hold a banquet at my residence.
I have no recollection of sending such a letter.
Is that so? Strange. I'm quite certain it was signed in your name.
Never mind that, everyone. The banquet shall be ready soon.
Well, I'd hate to put this food to waste. And Eleanor seems so happy.
Indeed. We would be delighted to join you.
Excellent. Please, this way.
There's a plot afoot.
I say, the Wind Vestal is much younger than I had imagined.
She may be young, but I hear she's quite capable. They say she's already saved our hides several times.
Allow me to introduce everyone. These are my chiefs of operations. My closest advisors, you might say.
My name is Saranish Steiner. It is a great honor to walk in the light of your countenance, Lady Vestal.
I am Savish Neuer. I'm very glad to make your acquaintance, Lady Vestal.
Pleased to meet you both.
Well, now that formalities are out of the way, let's head to the table.
Daniel,
What is it?
I just opened a letter that arrived this morning.
A letter? There's no sender on the back. Let me see. Daniel Goodman, Shield Bearer Commander, shall die this night.
What on earth? Is this some kind of sick joke? Who would send such a thing?
It came this morning. I think Nastasia, our servant, collected it.
I don't like this one bit.
Sounds fishy to me.
Well, we veterans should be able to look after ourselves. We should enjoy the feast, Commander Goodman.
You are right. Are you okay, Eleanor?
Yes. I'll bring the food now.
Please accept my apologies for this disruption, everyone.
Not at all. That letter chilled my blood.
A death threat, it seems.
Ring a bell? Don't say such things.
That was Eleanor's voice!
What is wrong?
Something terrible has happened! It's Nastasia! She's dead!
Nastasia is dead. She was not breathing and had no pulse.
Maybe.
We believe a blow to the back of her head with a blunt object is what killed her. But we haven't found a weapon.
We've placed her body in bed for now.
I'm more concerned at the fact that the front door will not open. It seems to be sealed shut from the outside. We cannot get out!
Can't we just break a window?
You
I'm
would
afraid
think.
not. This residence was formerly a stronghold. There aren't any windows on the first floor.
So that means we're trapped?
It's a trap.
What on earth is going on? Who killed that servant?
I was preparing the food with Nastasia just before, right up until I opened that threatening letter. I noticed nothing amiss at that point.
Then it must have been you who killed her. Who else here would have had the chance?
Nonsense! Why would my wife ever do such a thing?
I have no idea. Perhaps she was the one who wrote that letter as well.
No! I would never harm a fly!
But you were the only one who could have been with the servant at the time she was killed.
Wait! The culprit will not be found through conjecture.
That said, the murderer must be among us. The front door has not been opened since we arrived.
Are we playing Among Us? No. Is Among Us just a ripoff of The Thing?
And
Yes!
none have left. That leaves only...
And then when I saw it part two,
Never accuse
there
the
were so
Vestal.
many shining, or there was a freaking The Thing reference, which I
We
was
know nothing
was
about
weird.
you.
That's just...
I'm sure I appear suspicious. After all, I have no memory and know not my own past.
There's no one who can attest to my background either.
Oh, for pity's sake! Why do you travel with companions of such dubious origin, Vestal?
Please.
They show up.
Me
all
dubious?
Of a sudden, the servant dies. Isn't the timing a little convenient?
Enough. The Vestal and her companions have hardly had time to do such a thing since they arrived. And you well know how much they have aided the shield bearers already. I won't stand to hear the Vestal and her allies insulted.
However, in that case, the finger of blame can point only to your good wife.
Not necessarily,
Allow me to take charge of this matter for now.
because you see,
I would ask that
they
you
all have pretty
remain
decent
calm.
character alibis or real alibis. So, I'm reluctant to think it was any of them when you really think about it.
Poking around isn't going to bring her back.
Yes, I know. I'm well aware, but...
Show some respect for the dead, Ring a Bell.
Come on, we know Ring a Bell's onto something. We're gonna keep doing it. But you ain't fooling no one.
Ow!
Whoa! The body spoke!
So you have discovered my ruse. I never expected you to notice I was merely posing as a corpse. How
What
clever.
she said.
Ha! Just as I suspected!
You're right.
I have yet to slay my mark.
There's actually a really big giveaway too, is that this is how she always talks.
Well, it seems
Nobody talked like that.
to kill you all, just as I did the Fire Vestal 3 years ago.
And again, even if you're playing the first time, it's kind of like, well, the only person I didn't fight from that group of villains was the ninja. So clearly that's what this is.
That is correct.
And we know the ninja can
Professional killer and leader of the Black Blades
do this. So.
She's gone quiet. I've seen this woman near this residence before. She was just my type, so... I mean, she looked suspicious, so I chased after her, but she gave me a swift rebuff.
What? You mean this is the girl you were chasing after that time?
Here she comes!
Okie dokie. So this is a weird fight. We're gonna Brave actually going into the beginning of this. Though what we can do is use Ring a Bell's magic. That one we definitely could do. No. What are you doing, you idiot? Bloop, 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 bloop.
Enough!
That's going too fast. It's so weird seeing Ring a Bell in a freaking near Elvis outfit. Slow this down just a little bit. Now, again, this boss likes to counter in a bad, nasty way. So, and the boss likes to block a lot. So, like, we're gonna do this one more time. Wait for her to do that. Now that technique is bad. And it means that she's going to counter any physical attack that comes her way, hence we're not going to physically attack her till it wears off. which can be mildly annoying because it sticks around for a little while. But as soon as a window opens up, we're going to freaking take it. Meaning we're relying on Ring a Bell for a lot of damage, for the most part, early on. And there's the default that I was worried about. Still got it on. Might need to do a little something here. Might not help. But I'm going to try it anyway. You know what? She doesn't have access to it. Never mind. Yeah, she doesn't have access to it. It's still fucking there. Well, we're gonna just fucking steal now. Until something opens up. So she's probably gonna dual attack coming up here. Shit. We're gonna really drag this battle out. Oh. You know what? We'll just do one attack here and see if it just if it dissipates after one round of being counterattacking. Ooh, and he's down. Okay, it does wear off. But we're only going to attack with one character at a time, as far as I'm concerned. Especially because we know that Adia is on the slower side. There's easily some good damage there. Nice. If it actually connects. It probably won't, but... Oh, it did. Okay. Sweet. Samurai vs. Ninja. Yeah. And then that goes up. So we definitely know we have to do some kind of attack to remove that effect. And there's just not really a way around that. Really, what I could do is ability Bushido. I have to unlock that. And that might have removed... Did it? Yeah. Cheeky fucker. Eh. Ooh. Ooh.
Don't fall for me now.
Not much we can do about that. You know, I should have staggered who was attacking. Up we go. Tastes like healing. Move that. I think we defended. Okay, we gotta break this, so... There we go. See if we can get lucky here. It's a little damage.
Don't fall for me now.
Might want to just kind of not do such big attack, 4-piece attacks with Tiz and Medea, because we may as well just do the big attack like one of these and then do something else. I didn't even do that much. Okay. And we can... Oh, shit. God damn it, I just picked her up. Phoenix down. Okay, it's starting to get out of control here. Which once we get her up, she's gonna hopefully get us back on point here. She still has that on her. Oh, wait. That's probably too much. No! Raise, ring a bell. Kira, ring a bell. Kira herself. She still got that on her. Let's do one attack. For fuck's sake. I just picked her. Okay. You know what? Not gonna spend as much.
Say goodbye.
Hopefully she fucking just kills Ring a Bell and leaves it at that.
Let's start the show.
Okay, at least there's that. Let's do this. And since he can do enough, we're gonna just go for, well, shit. There we go. Boom! And in the words of Tiz, there it is. Huh, that's a rough one. Everybody's gonna gain a job level. There, he gets the Master Thief support ability. Little devil. And the counter support ability, which has its uses. Oh my goodness, that took a lot longer than it should have, my friends. Oh, yes, indeed. But alas, it is complete. As we got the ninja asterisk. Dual wielding, fast dual wielding fighter, high power with dual wielding, favors daggers. Cool. We actually have really good daggers to buy, but we can't afford them, so don't worry about it right now.
Any last words before you meet your maker?
So, the ninja chooses to remain silent upon her death?
You think? It looks like she has something to say. Look, she's changed her disguise again.
I used the turmoil as the war drew to a close to finally round up the shield-bearer commander and his 2 top officers, but all of my effort has been for naught. All was going to plan until I used the wind vessel to lure my victims, and you all come sauntering in out of nowhere and ruin everything. That is the last time I trust alternates for information. I pitted all
Almost starts to sound like a Scooby-Doo ending.
For all that time. Yet you got me in the end. Wind Vestal.
Bleh. And she's dead.
She got that off her chest quick.
Thank you, Wind Vestal. You and your companions have saved me from an early grave.
It's what we did, sir.
You have my eternal gratitude, Wind Vestal. The shield bearers could have lost their leadership before the war drew to a close.
It's what we do here.
Just as we let our guard down, we walked straight into this deadly trap.
All the slander I'd heard about Officer Neuer could have been the work of the enemy as well.
It was silly of me to assume that Officer Steiner was after Commander Goodman's position, now that I think of it. As Joint Chiefs of Operations for the Shield Bearers, it is terribly embarrassing to fall into the enemy's snare.
Don't worry. Even your commander fell for their ruse completely.
Of course! I've got it!
Just what is it you've got?
That death threat. It's all starting to make sense now.
What is? How about filling in the blanks?
The enemy had spread rumors and slander about Officers Steiner and Neuer over a long period of time. That death threat was undoubtedly a devious scheme to bring their suspicions of each other to a head.
The invitations bearing the name of the Wind Vestal, savior of these lands, and the hint that Commander Goodman was targeted.
At very least, it would have driven a wedge between the 3 leaders of the Shield Bearers.
Providing a chance to kill. I see. Daniel! Nastasia's in the cellar!
What? Is she unharmed?
Yes. She was drugged and is still a little woozy, but she is safe.
I see.
Not even a ninja could kill somebody. Come on.
From now on, I'll do my best to spend more time at home.
For shame. For shame.
That would certainly set me at ease. It gets lonely in this big house by myself.
We'll arrange it so the commander is able to get home more often, Mrs. Goodman.
I appreciate it.
Well, that's case closed. Now we just have to get the door open.
Commander Goodman! Officer Steiner! Officer Neuer! Are you alright?
Oh, you sure took your time. Yes, we're all fine.
I'll get the door open now! Please, stand back!
Don't make too much mess.
Well, that happened. Alright. Okay, so we do have a new job, which is a ninja. And since Adia is on Swordmaster, Tiz can definitely start working on that, which is ninja. Oh, ninja. Now, the thing with the ninja class is that two-handed doesn't really work here. So we'll instead take physical attack 20%. Even though it removes the rest of what he can do, it's probably for the better. And we really don't have a better knife. We could go to kunai, but ultimately we'll try it out with the Knight Emperor on for the time being, and we'll throw a power sash on for more damage. And yeah, we'll leave Adia kind of as is. Ninja's gonna have some really cool skills, because one of the questions I believe people always ponder is, and this applies to any Final Fantasy, even Tactics, that has ninja jobs. It's like the dual wielding. Is it better than the melee or single? Is it better than two-handed? And it really depends. You have to really look closely at the statistics and try to figure out if you think it is or not. I'm going to argue that there's definitely good things about it, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that it's like the end-all. Alright. And really, the better knife is one we don't have access to yet. And as you can see, it's not as good overall. It's probably better than the kunai that we have, but it's not gonna make a big, difference. The Mitsuno no Kame is actually a weapon we should be saving up towards. That way we can apply this to our samurai. As you can see, it's much, much better than what we currently have. And one could even argue that I think it's better than the Knight Emperor, but don't quote me on that. That's something we'll have to... Actually, we can just look right now. 4590 versus 4890 with the benefit of the extra critical. So it actually does more damage just outright than the Knight Emperor. Strangely enough, it's also cheaper than the Knight Emperor. So if you haven't bought a Knight Emperor yet, just save up for these guys. It really doesn't matter, but again, I don't want to say... I keep saying ultimately a lot. But yeah, and eventually we'll want to start looking at these types of... these heavy armors here, because they are pretty darn good. But you can even look at what our stats are now. Okay, I should rephrase. They're kind of good, but look at the benefit here is not as great as you might think outright. So that's I'm kind of glad we haven't been buying a lot of that stuff yet. So there is a perk for holding out, one would say. So yeah, this is a great place for us to stop. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Studios. As we head into the next chapter, which is, going to move us, or not next chapter, we're going to head to the next area, which actually will end the chapter. So hopefully we can get through it with relative ease. Again, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we will see you guys next time. Let's just wait this out. It's one more minute. We can wait it out. But yeah, next time we will be going deeper into the fray. Pretty much continuing the story. As far as classes go, we'll be getting some within the next chapter that are pretty darn good, but they're more towards the end of the chapter, but they are pretty darn good. And we're going to start kind of culminating all of the jobs that we have, and really there's going to be some grinding sessions kind of after this chapter, or actually there's going to be a grinding session not long after the next episode, which again, I've been skipping those for you guys, but just keep that in mind, because as of course we get better job point accessibility, we want to level all of our skills up, and we might need the money to buy gear. So that all comes in there. So Holy Weapon, Divine Light, and Cross Divide. Again, those are weapons character classes we don't use as often, so I'm almost reluctant to do it. But there's a lot there to work with. Let's just do it real quick. Let's just set it up, because we can get this to 11, and then I believe it's done, and then we can grab all the little side stuff as we go. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.